guys, Julia here from JM Squared Vintage. Welcome back to the channel. Happy Monday. Did you have a great weekend? Did you go thrifting? Did you go to the bins? Did you go to any estate sales, any yard sales, any flea markets? Did you find any treasures? Let me know down below. You know I love hearing about the cool things that you find all over this world. But first and foremost, if you are new here, welcome. I'm Julia. That is my name. We talk all things thrifting and vintage and reselling on the internet here. If that sounds like something that you are into, consider hitting subscribe down below. I would love to have you along on this journey. But guys, I've got lots of great stuff to show you. I think I have 35 clothing items here, or soft goods items here. The hard goods, the house goods, or the hard line as they call it, was actually really good today. So I got a few pretty cool pieces for my kitchen, which are already like downstairs being cleaned, being sanitized like as we speak. So I don't have them in here, but I believe of the actual like cloth purchases I made, I've got 35. So some really interesting things to talk about, some cool new brands, like something that I literally cannot believe I found not only in a thrift store, but in a bins location. Lots to go through. So without further ado, guys, go grab yourself a snack, go grab yourself a drink. You know I have my matcha latte. Sit back, relax, and let's get into the goods. So the first item I found here was this really cool little linen top. And I think that this is kind of a known Log and Look brand. This is kind of like houndstooth print, and it's again 100% linen. It's got these like 3/4 length sleeves, but they're nice and wide. They've got a raw hem. And the thing I like the most about this is it's got these cool little splits down here at the bottom. So there's one on the front side and then one also on the back side, kind of in the opposite place. Nice and oversized. There's no size tag. I'm gonna guess this is size large or an extra large, but something like this, you know, being something that's kind of different and linen. Ooh, I like the sleeves kind of bell out a little bit, and they've got like a little bit of a split here on the sides. People love those kind of like flourishes at the end, myself included. I am people. So something like this I'll probably get somewhere $35 to $40 on. These kind of pieces, Log and Look is just one of those styles that is never like trendy, but people, you know, the pieces tend to be very expensive. You know, you get into some of these higher end brands and they're $300 a piece, $400 a piece. So I always keep my eyes out for those different brands. Anyway, great find. Next up, now I grabbed this because this was in great condition. This is just a little like Asics, and I can't even imagine what this is doing to my camera's lens right now, because this is kind of one of those high-vis colors. This is a little Asics packable run jacket. This is something that you would like throw in a trail running pack, just in case it starts raining. You know, you'd be able to like throw it on and keep yourself dry without adding a ton of weight. And of course it packs down into nothing. This is in brand new condition. And usually when I see these, like if I see them in the bins, they are falling apart. And I don't know if that's because they like fall apart from use. That could very well be the case. Or if something in the process of going through like the Goodwill donation center to the store to the bins, I don't really know how long that transition is. And I do know that there is a fair bit of like heating up and cooling down. That's why like when you go to a lot of bins locations, if you see something that's like leather or like a faux leather, you're very rarely gonna see it intact. For the most part, you're gonna see it where it is kind of like flaking off of the coating, and that's because of those like temperature fluctuations. So either way, when I find something that's like brand new like this, I'm gonna grab it. I think that these only retail for like 50 or 60 bucks, so I'll be able to get 25 bucks, but this should be a pretty quick sale. Plus it's high vis, which is something that like every runner should have. If you are a runner and you don't have a high vis jacket, please, for all of your loved ones' sakes, get something high vis. Next up, now I love a t-shirt dress. T-shirt dresses sell really quickly for me, but this is definitely going to be more in that bread and butter price point. So this is from TLA, which is an Anthropologie brand, or they were sold at Anthropologie. And it's just a super soft little V-neck t-shirt dress. I got this home and immediately started looking for some of these in my size, because this is the exact kind of thing I just want to live in all summer long. One piece wonder, easy, throw it on, relaxed fit. This is like a perfect V-neck. It's not like too high and it's not too low. I'll probably see, I don't know, about $20 for this, and this will probably go very quickly. Again, you know, this considering the fact that it's an Anthropologie brand, so it's higher quality, and it's hitting probably at that $20, $25 range. Just be wary as you're out shopping of your costs on anything like this, if this is the kind of thing that you like to pick up. This is a perfect thing to pick up at the bins. Next up here, this is something that I don't know if I'm gonna get too much money for this at all, but I knew it would be sought after for one kind of core reason, and it's something that I've spoken to here on the channel before, and that is a William Morris print. So I saw this tag, Morris & Co., and that is the William & Morris print house. And this is a collab they did with H&M. So because it's H&M, I don't think I'm gonna get much more than maybe 10 or 15 bucks. But this pretty little like boho tiered baby doll dress. But the most important thing is this is a William Morris print. And it's very tied with like the arts and crafts movement that happened here around like the prairie style of architecture. Think Frank Lloyd Wright, and kind of takes a lot of cues from that Art Nouveau. Like look at the way that the leaves kind of undulate and the way that they have those lines show dimension. That's very Art Nouveau. Like you think about Art Nouveau, and Art Nouveau is very like botanical and showing like nature in its most like ornate sense. So William Morris is kind of famous for prints like that, and they're very iconic and people really seek them out. Like there will be somebody who will want to wear this dress not because it's H&M or whatever, they'll want to wear it just because it's a William Morris print. So kind of an interesting thing. Again, use your judgment. I wanted to grab this, if for nothing else, than something to talk about. But at the very least, you know, I've talked about William Morris before. Now at least you know what I'm talking about. Next up here, now these, I was not sure what the brand was on these, but they were so beautiful. Definitely vintage. I'm thinking they're vintage from the 90s. The brand is Blale. I believe they are, where did I see that they were from? I want to say that they're a Scandinavian brand, which makes sense because this is like a worsted wool. Like this is a nice kind of heavyweight wool pant in a beautiful cream straight leg with the creases. Is it fully lined? Yeah, fully lined all the way down so you don't feel that kind of itchy wool. And they're in beautiful shape. They're a size 12. Probably something I'm gonna have to sit on until next winter, but it seems to me that these were a pretty expensive brand and they do have a little bit of a following, so I think that they'll sell just based on the fact that they're like a heavyweight wool. I'll probably see somewhere $30 to $40 on those. Next up, now this was, okay, this was something that I felt like 3 times in the bins and kept going back to it because the fabric felt so nice. And like, guys, I have my hands on sweatshirts all the time. And I have my hands on really expensive sweatshirts all the time. And this felt of exceptional quality, like on par with some of the nicest sweatshirts I've ever touched in my life. I was not familiar with the brand, but it's this like red full zip hoodie. And the brand here is called Belstaff. And there's a little bit of a stain down the front, but actually, I think I know what it is, and I think I know exactly how to get it out. In fact, a couple weeks ago, I found an AYR Oxford shirt, and this is it. It had pretty bad staining across the bottom of the pockets. I'll link the haul down below where I found it so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. It had pretty bad staining across like the bottom of the pocket, down along like the middle and onto the back. And I kind of pulled out my arsenal of stain removal tricks, and sure enough, I got it out. And I think that it's rust. I'm pretty sure that this is rust, and I was able to get it out. I will actually let you know down below the kind of concoction I used to remove the rust stain because it was really efficient, and it's, if memory serves me right, it's stuff that I had laying around the house. So either way, this is from a brand called Belstaff. And let me show you the actual fabric tag. Get my face out of there. There you go. So Belstaff is a brand out of the UK, very, very expensive. Jackets in the $600–700 range, hoodies in the $200 range. So hoodies I saw were going between $50 and $200. So I'm sure there's some kind of collectability to them. So I'm gonna dig in a little bit deeper. I'm of course not gonna bank on anything like $200, but you know, I'd be pretty happy with $50, and I'm gonna see what I can do about these little spots and see if I can't get this back to brand new because I did it here. I did it here already. Next up, okay, this was kind of a fun one. This is a brand I found once before, and it's Alberto Macaulay. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but he's an Italian designer. I've had one or two pieces of his in the past, and this feels to be of the same era. I'm pretty sure that they're vintage from the 90s. But this is like a little pretty cardigan sweater. This is like snake print, and it's got like a tailored, almost like, this feels like a blazer. So if you can see, it's got like a little lapel there. And the lapel has like a tonal cheetah print, and then you have snake print, and this is knit. And then underneath you have a layer of this chiffon that kind of peeks out from underneath. It's really pretty. This is not showing well on camera. This is something that looks much better like on the mannequin. And I would say that like, this is a brand that I would put kind of in the same category as like a Joseph Ribkoff. The construction actually feels very similar. The textiles feel very similar to something that Joseph Ribkoff would put out. And again, built beautifully. So I've had a couple of them. They sold really well. They had a ton of interest. So definitely a brand to be on the lookout for. I'm gonna say probably somewhere 30 to 45 on this. Everything else I've had have been bottoms from them, so I'm excited to have like a top piece. And I think that's so cute. Next up, where are the girls my age? First of all, what's up? Second of all, how are you? Are you doing okay? Do you need a vacation? Do you need to get some time away with your girlfriends? Go, do it. It's good for the soul. Do you remember when John Varvatos did a collab with Converse? I want to say this was late 90s. I remember seeing this in like 17 magazine. And I remember this dress distinctly. This is 100% silk. It's this pretty like chocolate brown color. It's got these kind of like longer boho sleeves. It's got stitching, and for a second I'm like, was this smocked at one point? It wasn't. I like that it's got this pretty like chocolate brown next to this like blue silk trim. It's got a nice scoop neck. This is kind of like a trapeze style. This is so like late 90s Y2K it girl that I can't even handle it. And honest to God, all I keep thinking is like, I can see a girl today throwing this on with like jeans underneath, bell bottoms with the pointy toe shoes, which I can't believe is back. I can't believe it's back, but here we are. So this is like, this was just such a cool find for me personally, just because this is very much like my era. And like when I started to be aware of fashion above and beyond like bridal fashion, because that's something that's in my family. I really loved seeing this. And there are like 3 girls that I went to high school with that I wish I could like get this on because they would freak out. But something like this, because it's vintage, because it's 100% silk, I'll probably see somewhere between $40 and like $70 on this. It's about what other pieces of this quality are going for. I think I'll safely see somewhere in that echelon, but again, for me and hopefully for the other girls around my age or anybody that was like keyed into this kind of stuff back in the late 90s, I hope this brought a little smile to your face and maybe like a happy memory. Cool find. I mean, that's part of the fun of thrifting right now, because stuff like this is finding its way in, and like in a million years, when I was that age, I could never afford that. Like in a million years. So now it's mine. All mine. Next up, this is another thing. This is like a kind of a bread and butter piece that I will pick up every time. This is a little Zara linen cropped button down shirt. This is so wrinkled, but I've sold probably 4 or 5 of this specific shirt in different colors, and they always go somewhere between like 20 and 32. You know, they're easy, quick sales. Everybody loves them. This has a little bit of like a shirt waist down here, so it kind of dips down a little bit. Couple big chunky buttons, V-neck, in a nice like light celery green color. Again, somewhere between 20 and 32, depending on the scenario, but you know, for a bins find at $1 all day. I will pull these all day long. Next up, now this, first of all, if anybody's ever been bridal dress shopping, tell me, tell me about how you wore this robe in the dressing room, if they provided a robe for you. I feel like between the years of 2000 and like probably still currently, every bridal shop in the world had these robes sitting in the dressing room for you to throw on as you're dressing. This is a Victoria's Secret 100% silk robe. It's a size extra small. This I will probably get like $25 for. It is unfortunately missing the belt, I'm pretty sure, unless it's hiding in a pocket. But it is something that people will still pick up. People love this Victoria's Secret silk. And I get it, because it's really beautiful. And it's been moving so quick out of my closet. Usually they're sold within a week or two. So it is in demand. Let me know, do any of you do other Victoria's Secret stuff? For the most part, I stick with silk pieces or vintage pieces. I know a lot of people do the VS Pink. Do you do pink? Do you do VS X? I think that's what they call their sportswear line. Let me know. Let me know how you do. Let us all know how you do. Next up, now this was a brand I had never heard of, but man, the quality on these felt so nice that I like stood up to pay attention. First of all, I love these colors. This is kind of like a navy blue and gold. Like it's a little bit muted. It's not like Michigan, you know, navy and gold, but it's just really kind of a chic colorway. And the brand is Wilo. Now again, I'd never heard of Wilo before, but I grabbed them and I didn't even comp them in store because I knew that they were of like a nice quality. So I got home, turns out this is an Australian brand. They tend to sell two-piece sets. So they would have like this and then they would have like a sports bra that kind of matches it. But even the solo shorts are going $25 to $30 each on sold comps. So that's pretty promising. It's definitely a brand to be on the lookout for. This feels akin to like a Lululemon piece. So that's saying something in terms of quality here. Next up, now this was a great find and I so wish these were in my size. This is a pair of jeans from Frame, which I love to find. These are jeans that people really seek out. This is called Le Original, so it's kind of like a straight leg, a little bit of like a 90s style jean, which is like my favorite. That's like my favorite kind of fit. I like a wide leg crop and then I like a 90s style like longer one. It's got the rips in the knees. It's like that perfect mid-wash, button fly, high rise. And I gotta say, these are in fantastic condition. These retail somewhere around $250, and it looks like on resale now the kind of baggier models are going a little bit higher right now, but I'll still probably see north of $50 on these, somewhere maybe 50 to 75. What a great find. And they are a size 27. So next up, ooh, I love finding these. This is probably the third of these that I have found, and they all sell very quickly. This is just a little pocket t-shirt from Vuori. This is, I believe, a size large or extra large. The tag has been cut out of the inside. But one thing you can always look for, and this is something like every Vuori piece that I have found in the bins, I have found by this little tag. I have found from this little tag somehow being visible to me, and I'll take it. This is just a t-shirt. I will still probably get about $25 for it. They are very sought after. They go for about $70 retail. The fabric is so nice and so soft and people just love it. Everything I've had from Vuori sells within a week. Automatic buy for right now. Up next here, this is another one that I've had several of over the years. This is like a little We the Free shirt. It's got these kind of chunky cuffs. They're like short, chunky cuffs. It's in that super soft slub cotton. So soft. But then it's got this split neck with little studs. See that? I've sold 2 or 3 of these. They sell right around the 25 to 32 range. These, again, you know, at the bins and always buy. People love these Henley style shirts from Free People. Like, they just sell very quickly. I very rarely have one that sits for more than like 2 or 3 weeks in my closet. I will always buy these. Again, you know, I'm not going to be like lighting the world on fire with what I make off of them, but even if I see them for like $2, $3, $4 in like a regular thrift store, I'm going to grab them because I know that they're going to move quick, and I know I will like reliably get somewhere north of $20 for them. And that to me is a safe bet. Next up, now this is kind of fun. These are some Good American jeans, and they're like very stretchy. You know, like Good American jeans are very stretchy. I think these are called like the Good Legs fit. They are skinny leg, but they are this crazy pink. I want to say that this is called sorority pink or like knockout pink, something like that. There are just pink girlies in the world, and they will seek out pink pants. And these are a size 16, which is a great size to find. Good American jeans, man, they sell for like $160, and I gotta say, they're great. I don't like them as much as I like my Madewells, but like, I get the hype. If you have been on the fence about trying Good American jeans, I'm here to say that you're probably gonna love them. Like 99.9% of people really love them, and I really love them. Just, I love them slightly less than something else, but definitely something to try out. Next up, now this is a brand I don't always pick up. I should say, I rarely pick it up, but I saw this and I just had to do it. This is from Princess Polly. And Princess Polly is one of those brands that's kind of like sold online. It's got a lot of like influencers involved with them. But this is like a little linen cotton dress, and that's why I picked this up. First of all, the color, it's this pretty like peachy orange. It is a size small. It's got a smocked back. I like that it's got this little like crisscross front with a little peekaboo right here. Super cute. Sold comps on this are going $40 to $50. So a good pickup, and this is in like brand new condition. If I have to guess, this was worn like once for an event and then donated. So I'll keep you posted. I mean, I might start picking up a little bit more of this, because when I was doing comp research on this, there were some serious numbers in Princess Polly sold comps. I don't think it's going to be like a forever always buy thing, like a Chico's, you know, that just has that kind of like evergreen allegiance to it. But maybe for right now, it's a good thing to keep your eyes out for. Report back. Do any of you do well with Princess Polly? Let me know. Next up now, I can't believe I found this in a thrift store, let alone a Bins location, in good condition. Sorry, I'm pulling it right out of the bag. But are you kidding me? This is a Pendleton blanket. This is a $350 Pendleton Chief Joseph blanket. Let me show you the tag you're looking for. Now, I grew up in a very old house. I live in a very old house. I love very old houses. As a kid, I sure complained about how cold the house was. Sorry, Mom. Now, as somebody who runs an old house, I understand why the house was always so cold, because it is egregiously expensive to heat an old house with poured glass windows that may as well just not be there. It's almost like the windows are open to the outside. So through that, I have become a lover of blankets, and I already have 2 Pendleton blankets, and I am always happy to add to the collection. I don't know if I'm going to keep this. I may end up selling it. Either way, I will get it cleaned. This is the tag. This is one of the tags you're looking for, this kind of beaver state. Pendleton Woolen Mills is kind of the big thing you're looking for, but it is a natural fiber. So basically what happens is it keeps you warm, but it allows you to breathe. So if you've ever been under like a synthetic blanket, if you have a blanket that's got synthetic fibers and you get a little bit too warm, you start to get clammy. You get like a little bit sweaty. That will never happen under a Pendleton blanket. It's kind of self-regulating. It's the same reason why people love down comforters. They do the same thing. They keep you super warm, they keep the heat in, but they do allow you to breathe. So this is an unbelievable find in the Bins. So if I do end up selling this, this is a full-size Pendleton blanket. I will probably see about $100 on this, which is amazing. What a cool find. I'm just gonna put this right here because I'm gonna take that straight to get cleaned. And that is bag 1. All right, next up here, this is just another one of those cute little kind of crochet, lacy, long line kimonos. I will pick up all of these that I see. I'm not gonna pay full price for these ever at a thrift store, but if I find them in the Bins, I will usually grab them. I'll get about $20 for these all day. They're great bundle items. People like to kind of just add them in. They're great topper pieces. People love them. This is from Hers and Mine. It's definitely a boutique brand. Those are just kind of an always buy. If I can get them for $1, I know I'll get $20 for them. I'll snap them up. Next up, this is another thing that I will always buy, but I will only buy from the Bins. This is a little We the Free t-shirt, and the We the Free line tends to sell the fastest of any of the Free People lines for me. And even these little like nothing t-shirts, this is just a cute little like cowl neck t-shirt with like some light distressing on it. I'll still get $20 for this, and I guarantee this will sell so quick. I think this is a size small. Super, super soft, very lightweight cotton in a pretty kind of like burgundy color. An easy pickup at the Bins. Like obviously I'm paying $1 for this. If you see this at one of the Bins locations that pay by the pound, I mean, this thing weighs nothing. So you'll end up paying like 75 cents for it. And people just love them. And understandably so. So soft. Next up, another little Free People piece, but this is Free People Intimately. This is just a nice little like slinky rib Can you see the texture on that? Yeah, I think you can see that a little bit. A little rib razor back tank top. This is something that will sell so quickly. I think that this is like brand new. The tag doesn't look like it's got any wear on it. I'm certain this is in the past year. I just was on the website this morning and I see something that looks pretty similar to this. So I'm wondering if it's actually the same thing, but just in a different color. But I'll see somewhere between 15 and 20 for this, and I'll see that probably very quickly. So this piece, I couldn't find, there was no tag on it, there's no internal tag on it. And the kind of crazy thing is, it doesn't look like there was a tag attached, but this is 100% silk. Silk out and then silk line. This is just like a little classic sheath dress with a round collar and short sleeves. This feels absolutely divine. Again, silk lined, silk on the outside, nothing on this. But it is lovely. It is leopard print. It is a sheath dress. It's about, I'm gonna say that's a size 10 or a size 12, so it's a great size, kind of knee length. I'm gonna dig around and see if I can find anything more out about it. So I don't know. I'm gonna see what I can find. It is really lovely. So TBD on this. I'll try to put this in a ship with me so I can keep you guys posted as far as what this does ultimately sell for. I do a lot of full length ship with me's here, but I also do some short form content over on my TikTok and my Instagram. So if you want to follow me there, I'll have my handles right here. I'll also have them linked down below. I would love to see you over there. I'm trying to be better about posting more regularly. Next up, now this is a forever and ever Bolo brand, and that is Arc'teryx. Now, this is, I think, only the second piece I've ever found, Thrift or Bins, period. This is a little tech polo, and I mean, like, if you've ever held one of these, you know the quality. Like, Arc'teryx is super high-end in price, but they are also super high-end in their finishing. Their textiles are fantastic. They're always cut really nice. This is the kind of shirt that can be had for 10 years, washed weekly, and still look brand new. Like, they make clothes that can do that. And I want to say something like this was probably close to $100. I'll probably see $25 on this. This is one of the less significant pieces, but like if you find a jacket, if you find an Arc'teryx jacket, and let me show you the little skeleton logo, because that's usually the giveaway. Can you see that? If you ever find like a jacket, you're looking at $100 minimum. The hoodies, again, in the $50 range, and those kind of like mid-weight, mid-layers, you're looking about $100 and up. It's a very expensive brand and a forever buy. Let me know if you have ever found it in your local thrift or in your local bins. I'm dying to know, because I feel like this is something that people in places like Utah or Colorado or like Idaho or Montana, like where people really live that like outdoors lifestyle, I feel like you're gonna see it a little bit more there, but let me know. Let me know where you are and what you found. I'm so interested. Next up, now this is a cute little dress from Lilyful, which is a like mall brand. That is the logo. They have standalone stores, and I don't really pick it up. I do see a little bit of it in the bins, but I just thought this was so cute, like a little leopard print slip dress, V-neck. It's got adjustable straps. It's really nicely made. It's kind of like a silky fabric. Cut on the bias, so it's going to give you that little bit of give over your curves, but very cute. I mean, this is something that just based on style alone, I don't really care about the brand on this. Something like this I will always pick up because there will always be a buyer for a leopard print silky slip dress. This I'll probably get somewhere 30 to 40 on, and in perfect condition. Next up, now this was a cool find. This is Mac Studio, and Mac Studio I generally don't pick up, but this is a kimono and it's a size 3X. I will say, like, Mac Studio is one of those brands that, like, if you are shopping for yourself, their stuff is beautiful quality. It just doesn't resell for as much as you would hope it would, because it is a pretty expensive brand. But a size 3X kimono in this pretty like Grecian blue and white floral print with these kind of medallions, it is just beautiful, and the quality on it is fantastic, and I'm pretty sure this feels brand spanking new. So I will probably see somewhere $30 to $35 on this, maybe a little bit more. I've never picked one of these guys up, so I have to do a little bit more specific comping, but you know I love a kimono, and I love when I can find like a plus size kimono, and I love when I find brand name kimono. Next up, now here's a perfect example of something that does not have a brand on it, but I think will sell just based on style. This is a pretty like all cotton. This is buttoned down with this really like delicate kind of corded design on it. I think you can kind of see that. V-neck with a little ruffle hem. This feels very well made, so I'm wondering if there was a brand tag that's been removed, but it's very cute. It's got like a little kind of empire waist that does have a drawstring attached to it. So this can easily be like something that's thrown on over like a swimsuit, or it can be worn as a shirt, but I just thought that the cotton was really nice. The style is really nice. It's got a lot of things going for it that are like saleable and keywordable. And like the buttons are nice. Like there's a lot of little cues in here that this was not like a cheaply produced garment. So I'll probably see, I don't know, $20, $25 on this, but I just thought it was really cute and I love this style. Next up, another kind of always buy brand, that's Carhartt. This is just a nice kind of heavyweight Carhartt sweatshirt. This is a size, I think this is an extra large. Interesting. So here's a testament to Carhartt. Like when I first picked this up, and honestly, like when I was checking this in to my spreadsheet, I'm like, man, this feels brand new. Like there is no wear to the surface of this fabric. It just feels brand, you know, like when you get a brand new sweatshirt and it feels just different than it feels like after you've washed it. But here's the kind of crazy thing. You have the Carhartt tag here. If you look at the tag underneath, which usually has like washing instructions and size and contents, it's completely blank. It tells me exactly how frequently this thing has been washed. Like this takes a lot of washes to end up blank. So what a testament to the quality of their finishing. Like I'm impressed. Like I've always been impressed with Carhartt. Again, I think that's extra large. So I'll probably see $30, $35 on this. Next up, a little Brandy Melville. And to answer your question, I have not seen it yet. I will see it and I will discuss it. I cannot wait. But this is a little Brandy Melville thing that I picked up. This is a departure for me because I usually only do the chunky sweaters and the dresses. But this is one of those like flare pants that every teenage girl wants right now. These will sell in no time flat. These are in great shape. Of course, Brandy Melville is one size, which is a small, let's be realistic. These will sell for $20, $25, and I would not be surprised if these are in and out of my closet within like days. These are just heavily sought after. And they're, again, great shape. I can't believe yoga pants are back. Next up, now this was a cute little one. This is from Billabong. I don't pick up a ton of the surf brands. I do see a ton of them, but Billabong dresses tend to do really well for me. And I just loved this print. Doesn't this feel very like 1960s? Isn't that so fun? So this is just a little wrap dress. It's got these cute little flutter sleeves, full wrap silhouette. In fantastic shape. This is like a little bit of a gauze fabric, size small. I'll probably see $25 to $35 on this. That's about what I've been seeing, at least in my closet, Billabong dresses going for. They just feel so bright and cheerful and summery to me. I love. Next up, now this is a dress from Ted Baker. I love a Ted Baker dress. Quality on everything that Ted Baker makes is usually exceptional, like incredibly high-end, just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful construction. And this is just an interesting kind of graffiti-like pattern. It's about knee length and it's got these little pleats on it. And then if you flip it to the back, it's got like a little keyhole. So it's got like a little peekaboo back. It's not too low where you couldn't wear a bra, but it does just show a little bit more skin. What size is this? It's a size 3, so I think that's a size large in Ted Baker. So something like this, I've gotten anywhere between like 35 and like 75 on Ted Baker dresses that I've sold in the past. So somewhere in that range. Really beautiful. This probably retailed somewhere in the $300-$400 range. Very, very expensive. Next up, now I can't believe I found another one of these. I got this. This is the second one of this exact sweatshirt that I've gotten, and I gave it to my friend. There were 4 sisters that all went to the Harry Styles, like this specific show, this tour. I found another one of this exact sweatshirt and I gave it to them, and I just found another one in a size large. So maybe I'm just gonna make it my goal to thrift one for all of the girls. So funny. I think that these are like bootlegs. I'm pretty sure that these were bootleg sweatshirts sold, but they're super cute and it's a fun color, and I now at this point it's a joke. They have a really sweet memory tied to that show, so I love finding stuff like that for them. Next up, we are getting there, guys. Also in my kind of always buy bin are these vintage wool sweaters. Now this feels like a sweater that is like straight out of Ireland. It is not, this is actually made in America, but it will still sell just based on the fact that it is like a vintage wool sweater. Let me show you the tag here. Brand is called Damon. And it's just like a little cardigan with a button down front, chunky cable knit. Like it's just a grandpa sweater that will always, 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 always be sought after, especially in higher quality knits. I'll probably see somewhere around $40 for this. If this were like an Irish wool sweater or a Scottish wool sweater, somewhere north of 40 is usually around where I see, and they sell so fast. If you can find like a true Aran Island sweater, forget it. They're gone in a flash. Because they sell for like, I want to say they sell for like $200-300 in the Aran Islands. And don't get me wrong, like those are heirloom sweaters. You will buy one and it will still be being passed down to your grandchildren's children's children's children if you take care of it. So they're wonderful, and you will never feel a sweater is warm. A cool find. All right, next up here, now I'm not gonna sell this. This was just something I found. I'm gonna give it to my friend who's got a little one. But I was sitting next to like a bins bro, and we both kind of reached for the same thing at the same time. Like, what is this? And guys, it's this adorable little like bird costume that is clearly handmade. It's just based on a little t-shirt, but I had to show you, like, isn't this so cute? These are the kind of treasures that you can just find in the bins, you know? Like, I think my friend's kid is gonna love this, and maybe they turn it into like a Halloween costume or whatever, I don't know, but I couldn't let this handwork go to waste. I'm so happy that I grabbed it. So my friend is both a teacher and a mom of a kid who I think is gonna love this, and I think that they're going to have a little fun with it. But more than anything, like, I could not let this handiwork go to waste. Isn't that cute? Obviously not for sale. Next up here, this is a cute little piece. I think this is a Korean designer. The brand is Jade, and it's just this cute little like minimalist shift dress. It's long sleeve, it's 100% cotton, it's got a little kick pleat in the back, and I don't know if you can see, there's like a little bit of a texture to this fabric. It's almost like a dark gray versus a black, or like a washed black, like a garment dyed black. This is the kind of thing that'll go just based on its style, because it's such a minimalist look. This will probably go, I don't know, $20 to $30, but I'll have to do a little bit more research into this brand, because some of these Korean brands have like a real underground devout following, but I'm gonna bank on that. This is, again, something I just picked up for the style and for the quality. This will look great once it's washed and kind of pressed out. It'll look really, really nice. Probably about a size medium on this one. Oh, and there's pockets. Next up, a cute little boho kimono, bright colors. This one's sheer, and it's got a fringe bottom here. This is from Flying Tomato, which is definitely a boutique brand. Super cute. I love the colors. This is the kind of thing that will sell for the colors and for the fringe. Again, somewhere $20 to $25 on this. This is a size small. And I would guess that this will go very quick, just like most kimonos that I have in my closet. Let me know, do all of you do so well on kimonos? They sell very, very well for me. They're perfect bread and butter pieces. They're usually very small to store, and people just love them because they make an outfit feel like special. And I'm always here for that. Next up, now this was something I grabbed. I didn't really know what it was, but like I know what really high-end performance wear feels like. This is a little golf skirt from a brand called Pasardi, which I believe is a Korean brand. And if you look at their website, like their photo shoots are like high fashion. Like they do a spring summer line, and I think it's quite expensive, but this I just grabbed. It's a cute little golf skirt. I like the colors of it. It feels brand new, and I gotta say, like the quality, like the construction on this is beautiful. It's got like every bell and whistle that you want on like a performance piece. Fully lined. Are they shorts, or is it like bloomers underneath? Yeah, shorts underneath and everything. It's definitely Korean. This is Korean writing. 70 to 97. I don't know what that means. This is a small though. This is definitively a small, and it's got a little like bring it on here. So there will for sure be a lady golfer who completely smokes the boys at our country club that would love to wear something like this. I'll probably see, I don't know, $25 to $35 on this. I have to do a little bit more research. There wasn't much of it on the resale market, but just quality wise, I had to grab it. Next up, now I grabbed this because it actually felt like this shirt. And on the tag, it said the Nutter. And I was like, what in the world? The tag looks expensive. It's made in the US. It's an extra large. And this is like an Oxford cloth. Oxford cloth, if you are not familiar, is this kind of slightly textured fabric that shirts are made out of. You can have an Oxford or like a poplin. A poplin is going to be a smoother finish versus the Oxford. And this is a popover, right? So you see those buttons only go down about halfway. Turns out the Nutter is a shirt that is made by Chubbies, the like swimsuit brand. They have a real following in frat guys. And this is something extra large in great shape in this like light blue color. This is something, I mean, I'll probably see about $25 on it, but I'm glad I picked it up. I learned something new, and I obviously love this fabric. It's just like a perfect everyday, super cool fabric that dresses pretty much anything up. Next up, we're down to 2 pieces here. This is a cute pair of Abercrombie & Fitch jeans. This is the ankle straight ultra high rise. So this is a similar fit to those frame jeans that I had down below. Ultra high rise, straight leg with some distressing at the knees, only on one side, and again, this like nice kind of washed, dark wash. Oh, this is extremely high rise. This is size 31. I want to say that this is like an 11 or 12 inch rise. That is a whopping 13-inch rise. I'm looking at the rear rise, and granted this is a size 31, so it's a bigger size, it's gonna need more fabric, but like, so if y'all are looking for the highest of high rise, Abercrombie's got it. I'll probably see these these retail for about $100. I'll probably see somewhere 35 to 45 on that. It's still a current cut. And they are Curve Love, which is definitely sought after, so probably around there. If it's one of like the more in-demand pieces, I would probably see $45 and up. But something like this, I'll see probably $35 to $45. The fact that it's a size 31 absolutely helps. And finally, we're ending on a little vintage piece. This is a Briar Cliff Collection lemon yellow golf sweater. I love it. So it's a size extra large, which it's a slim fit. So this will fit, if somebody wants this to be a little oversized, it would be like a medium. So great condition. It's really smooth. This feels like a golf sweater. If any of you had parents who golfed as kids in like the 80s, this will be a very familiar texture to you. Like I remember my dad's golf sweaters feeling exactly like this. And I believe that they're a little bit hydrophobic, just in case you get a little like rain on you. It doesn't like completely absorb into the sweater and stay wet all day. So performance, this is like the performance fabric before we had like sweat wicking tech fabrics. Very cute. And this is in like impeccable condition. This does not feel like it's been worn much at all. I love it. This is the kind of stuff that I love to find at like estate sales around here. It's the kind of stuff that like the hardcore vintage girls like don't go for. They're going for like the couture. This is the stuff that's always left behind, and this is so bread and butter for me. Definitely something that I'll probably sell on Depop, but so cute. And I'll probably see about $30, $35 on this. But that is it, guys. That is the haul for today. Some really cool pieces, some fun vintage, some great new brands. I always love hearing like if you've seen them before, if you've done well with them, like I love it. I love the community we're building here. But for all of you numbers nerds, I had 35 pieces here, and they all have a retail price of just north of $4,500. Which will never cease to amaze me. I'm anticipating sales between like $1,100 and $1,200 on these, and that should bring my profit to right around $800 to $900. And with a $35 investment, this brings my ROI to a whopping 26x. But guys, thank you so much for hanging with me while I do these hauls. I always have so much fun. I hope you have fun as well. If you had fun, please consider leaving a like on this video. Don't forget to subscribe. If you want to be notified every time I upload a video, be sure to hit that notification bell. All of that helps me out with YouTube so much. But guys, without further ado, have the most incredible week. I wish you happy hunting. I hope you find all of the treasures, and I will see you in the next one.